Oh my God.
Back in March of 2024, when I hit 1 million subscribers on the John Malecki Builds channel, I promised that one of you would win a workshop, and well, today's the day. I'm gonna do exactly that.
Okay, it's happening.
This is Luke. He's a 43-year-old truck driver and a father of 3. He loves woodworking and making things for his friends and family, and he's become a staple of his community in Louisville, Ohio. When we put the call out for subscribers to nominate someone that inspired them or that they believe is deserving of winning a brand new workshop, Luke's wife Tiffany submitted him. Luke's dreams of building and creating things for his family and his wood shop get put to the side on a regular basis. So we selected him because we want to change that. We're gonna upgrade everything in his 2-car garage that we possibly can in the next 2 days. Luke's has dreams and aspirations of building some beautiful, awesome projects for his kids, including a loft bed. He wants to do a vanity for his daughter, and his son dreams of having the most awesome sports storage locker room kind of set up for all of his stuff. But one of the problems is Luke's shop's not really outfitted to be able to do any of this. So I'm gonna change that by showing up at his house and bringing his dream shop to life. Hello, I'm looking for a Luke.
I'm Luke.
You're Luke?
Yeah.
Luke, how you doing, man?
Good, how are you?
I'm John.
I know.
You know?
Yeah.
Do you know why I'm here?
No.
All right, maybe we should get your wife.
She's at work still.
Really? She nominated you to get the workshop of your dreams, and I'm here to give it to you.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. Did you call off work tomorrow?
I did.
Are you ready to get to work then, dude?
Yeah.
Well, let's go.
Come in and see literally what's on my TV right now.
No shit. He's got vintage John Malecki videos running right now.
I just had YouTube going and it was just playing.
Me. We thought you'd be the perfect nominee for our workshop giveaway, so we're here to give it to you, man.
Wow, can't believe that.
So go ahead, take a couple deep breaths, it's okay, but it's awesome to meet you. Hi guys, I'm John. We're gonna give your daddy a workshop.
I did know. Mom told me.
She told you?
Yes.
Ha
Because she said there was a surprise tomorrow. That's why I had to take it off.
Yeah.
Wouldn't tell me why. I was
Yeah.
trying to get it out of.
So she was telling us that you were like fighting it a little bit. We'd love to kind of check out where everything's gonna go and then talk a little bit if that's cool.
Sure, yeah.
I think Luke's finally caught his breath from having a grizzly bear show up at his front door in 23-degree weather. I think it's time we see what we're working with, bud. This is awesome.
It's much better when it's clean and I can work.
Yeah, well, a workshop isn't actually a workshop unless there's work being done. You can have a pretty shop like me where no work gets done, right? And we just stand around and clean stuff so it looks cool on camera. But this is great, dude. Just show me around a bit. What do we got here?
These shelves were here. I actually took out, they had a workbench. My wife still wants to park in here.
Yeah.
A plan of how the table saw will wheel back into here, which is where it normally stores during the winter.
Okay.
When she parks in here and it goes back in here. Building some cabinets here is my goal. And then some over here for the sports storage, you know, because all the lacrosse sticks do need to go somewhere.
Is he a goalie?
He is a goalie.
So he's got the big old stick.
He's got those, but because we're running the program, she says I have a problem. I continue to, anytime I find a deal, I get sticks for the kids.
Got
You know,
to. So a deal's a deal, right?
For the kids.
Yes, I'm on Facebook Marketplace way too much. That's actually where a bunch of my tools came from.
That's awesome.
So, including the bandsaw. They hadn't even put it together.
I'm constantly on there for like the dumbest stuff, which you're probably aware of considering I just bought a mini truck on Facebook Marketplace. We got tools over in this corner, a cabinet.
Yes, the cabinet that was left, and most of that stuff is stuff that I don't use very often.
So it's like kind of deep storage.
Yeah, it's turned into that. My father-in-law passed away, so some of them I've inherited that we won't get rid of.
Yeah.
However, they aren't the nicest, newest.
Oh yeah,
Hard.
they're heirlooms. Not somewhere you're accessing all the time. And then we got a few toolboxes.
So when I was working out here, the wheel gave out, and that's why there's wood under it,
Gotcha.
literally holding it up because it fell in here while I was working.
That'll wake you up.
That's why everything's kind of just shoved back in. So each drawer had a specific purpose, like
Okay.
hammers, wrenches, and different drawers. When it fell, everything just kind of got.
Yeah, you're like, I gotta clean this up.
Yes, it needed off the floor because I was actively working on a project at the time.
Yeah.
Again, this side, rack of wood. Most of that probably won't stay.
And then I see got miter saw tucked away over here.
Eventually, hopefully, on this side will be where like a miter saw station.
Okay.
I like that it's mobile on that, so a little more space. I also know I want some cabinets for storage over here.
Yeah.
So this is not normally how I like working, but I keep having intentions of getting to the shop projects, but they keep getting pushed.
They always do.
I need something to put my planer on, so it just gets set on the floor, picked up, put up when I need it.
Gotcha.
Needed to stand for that.
We got some dust collection, See, we got your table saw here. We got a mobile Delta saw.
Went and bought this for 300 bucks.
No. Deal.
And I was like,
hell yeah.
It does the job. I haven't,
Yeah.
I mean, it sometimes you gotta go a lot slower than.
Yeah. And then outfeed wise, you're just kind of pushing onto the table if it's cleaned off?
Yeah, the tables, I tried to build them about the right height so they actually can butt up, but then I actually, Facebook Marketplace got the dust collector to actually have dust collection. Not that it does well, because you can see it's still all over the floor, but.
What's your favorite tool you have?
I guess I'd have to say the table saw because I use it.
There's a lot of really cool stuff here. Like, I gotta be honest, this is like a better setup than the first 2 or 3 shops I was in. Any tools in here you absolutely hate? Like, if you could upgrade one of them, what would it be?
All of them.
I am never gonna financially recover from this.
But definitely that planer would be the #1 tool that I would upgrade. Even though it'll sometimes make stuff flat, there will be high spots on the board.
That's not very good for a planer. I don't see a joiner. Do you have a joiner?
It's on the floor.
Okay, nice. So a little 6-inch floor model. Gotcha.
It's an 8-inch actually.
Oh, shit. Gotcha.
I like it when I get it set up, but that's yet another.
Yeah.
If I had it on a bench and I wasn't picking it up all the time, moving it around.
I want to take some measurements, and then I want to talk like in the perfect world, what would it look like? You cool with that?
Yeah.
So initially, showing up at Luke's house, you can kind of tell that the dude was a little bit caught off guard, which is completely expected when a grizzly bear punts down your door and then tells you he's going to revamp your shop. I was asking him a ton of questions, and it seemed a little bit daunting of a task to get his dreams and aspirations for his shop in such a short time frame. But a few things that he did mention was that he was so grateful that someone was doing something for him that he was completely caught off guard. He was saying off camera, most of the time these things aren't happening to him. So me and the guys were so glad to see that we could give something awesome back to Luke. With that though, I kind of had to take the reins a little bit on design and layout in order to keep the ball moving forward because we were on a super short time frame. I want to clean the area up as much as absolutely possible for you. A lot of the things you addressed were like, don't have storage, don't have cabinets. I think we can solve a lot of those problems. You've got a couple toolboxes I noticed are floating around. The one I didn't ask for is the one that's back here. What's in there?
Lots of stuff. That was her dad's.
So that one's staying. The stuff that's inside of it, organized, not organized, is a room, no room?
It is very disorganized.
Gotcha. The other one broke. To have him map out his complete dream shop in 5 minutes sitting down with me just became completely unrealistic. So I got a few ideas from him about how he thought the shop should be laid out, and then I ended up throwing my flair on top of it based on my 10 years of experience and working in a shop every single day. With this kind of like start, this area, we'll get as much tool storage as we can, like kind of in here in a clean way. The next layer of that is like dust collector. You already have that. I think a good spot for that is gonna be over here in this corner. This is a deep storage locker, kind of like the one you already have. For the tools that you wanna keep, but you don't need them very often, you can get to it when you need to get to it, but you don't need to. It can actually put literally whatever you want in there.
I'm still in shock as far as like, if you really like, in my dreams, this was over long-term period where I'm going to be building cabinets, putting something.
Yeah, no, you're not getting that. You're getting kicked right in the face, John Malecki style, and you got 36 hours.
In a perfect world, I have tools and a place to work.
I am a simple man.
I just need the storage so that I can keep it cleaner, because when I don't, that's what happens, is everything's all over the place.
The shop itself, you're not married to like any specific layout or tools in anywhere. The only thing you kind of mentioned was the miter saw and cabinetry situation over here.
Yes, because other than that, it was just storage, because that's what I've realized in working is my tools don't have a spot to go, so they go wherever I set them and then forget. I always thought if I create a spot for them, I will put them back.
Okay, so we got to create some spots. So with that, I thought that having a newer, lower workbench would be a better option than the tall cabinet that he already had. Giving him smaller drawers for better organization, I think, is also key. I also wanted to make sure that I was focusing on their family storage stuff as well, which seemed to be taking up a considerable amount of the shop space, and giving him better organization there. I think we get out there and start cleaning, and then we'll see where your inspiration starts to come from. So while the boys and I get started cleaning up Luke's garage, let me tell you a little bit more about it. Luke grew up in a single family household where he essentially had to become the man of the house at a young age. That's why he picked up making and getting things done in order to make sure that his mom was taken care of. And over the years, that hobby's developed into woodworking and creating other things for his friends and family. Luke takes a lot of pride in being able to create things for those that he loves. And with no dad, he wanted to make sure that he was the embodiment of what he believes is a staple in the community. community and in their family. And so he builds all kinds of stuff, everything from like basic shelving and storage and tables, cutting boards, and more elegant projects that can be given as gifts to those in his life. Along with his woodworking hobby, Luke created an amazing foundation for lacrosse in his local area so that his son and his friends who couldn't really afford to get into it have the ability to play.
It's expensive.
He runs and is the president of that organization, as well as being a full-time truck driver and a father and husband. He gets up at 3 o'clock in the morning every day just to go to work so he can be there for his kids in the evenings. And with that kind of sacrifice and dedication to the local community, I thought he was the perfect candidate to be able to receive their dream workshop. I think one of the things that we all love about making and creating is sharing it with others. And Luke shares so much of his time and energies with those that he loves and those in his community that I thought we could give him a little bit back in order to be able to have more time and enjoy his hobby a little bit more. So with all that, we've paired up with some awesome sponsors to surprise him with a bunch of stuff. And I've got an insane array of things that I'm going to continually pile on him without telling him over the next few days. Starting with a brand new table saw from Harvey that is going to blow his old saw out of the water.
In an effort to make things more entertaining as we clean together, we're going to introduce a nice segment known as Stay or Go, in which we look at items on said table and choose whether they will stay or they will go. And our contestant today is Luke. We'll start with this one. A fine base for a 1/4-inch DeWalt router.
Needs to stay.
We're going to keep her. She's got to stay. Up next, we've got a fine selection of Dr. Crafty's resin and hardener.
That can go.
Sorry, Dr. Crafty, you're done. Miniature-sized hot glue gun.
Needs to stay. The kids need their crafts.
The kids need their glue, therefore she shall stay. This, oh, come on, now we already know the fine Miles Craft drill press guide.
Needs to stay.
We gotta keep that. This one could be a curveball. This pile of mildly used sandpaper where the grit's gone enough where it's not gonna sand as well, but it's still there long enough where you'd feel guilty throwing it away. This is gonna be a hard one.
The sandpaper can go, but the foam pad needs to keep those.
This feels wrong. I'm gonna do it anyway. There they go. That concludes our segment of Stay or Go.
Back to work.
Back to work.
Our original planning did not involve it being 20 degrees outside, so we were gonna be able to have the door open and get everything kind of clean. What we're gonna do now is shimmy stuff that we can outside, and then we're gonna go ahead and show surprise number 1 to Luke and get that in here because we need to clear room in the truck. What did you say was your favorite tool?
My table saw.
So what do you think about replacing yours with a brand new 36-inch, 3.5 horsepower Harvey table saw?
Seriously?
That's what's sitting in there. So our next job, we gotta get that box right here.
Okay. That sounds amazing.
Have you seen this thing?
No.
Okay, why don't you get that thing unstrapped real quick, and then I'm gonna show him an actual photo video of what this table saw looks like, because this thing is sick. The good folks at Harvey supplied this for the video, and I don't know if you've been paying attention to any of their like stuff they've been doing lately, but like, dude, the stuff is incredible. They just sent us a bandsaw and then their big eye table saw fence and system, which is on your saw, and then they have like a sick new like coating on it, which I think is also on there. Oh, also, I know you don't have 220 volt power, but we're gonna get that for you so that you do have it, so that you can have some big boy tools.
It's amazing. I'm still in shock.
I don't know if he's frozen or what.
A little bit both.
So it's a 10-inch, it's 3 horsepower. I believe we have the,
Miter gauge.
yeah. Their upgraded miter gauge, it's got an overarm dust collection. You know, it's a full cabinet saw. And we went with a 36-inch just because of the garage and stuff. You got like the wings coming down. We'll get it hooked up to the dust collection.
That's amazing. That's way better than what I have.
Yeah, I think it'll help you get a lot of these projects done. In worst case, it's a bigger work table for you. Your favorite.
Yep.
So we have to somehow He-Man this out of the truck. I guess I'll be the one doing most of that, but that might be a little bit of a hiccup here. Drop this thing in here, get that put together, and then I got a couple other surprises for you.
It all goes catastrophically wrong.
I don't want to drop it. Okay, we want to let it slide. God, I really don't want you to get hurt. You good?
Yep.
Sliding? We're sliding? Okay. It's coming to it's gonna drop. There we go. Now it's on the ground. Now we can do the good old fashioned corner turn. Pivot! We did it! Go team! Anyone else in pain, or am I just that old? All right.
So he didn't tell you this yet, but this has a rolling base with it.
I did tell him.
He did.
What we'll do is we'll start getting this thing together. Let's get the cabinet on the mobile base and then the top on here. And then I'm gonna let you have a little bit of fun playing with it while I go grab some other stuff.
Sounds good to me.
Would you like to do the honors?
I would love to.
It's just some man and some saran wrap. Oh, it's so good. And you're gonna be very surprised here.
Not oily.
Right? So that's because it has their new nickel plating, and that nickel plating doesn't require the same oil and treatment and stuff because it doesn't rust. It's pretty rad.
That is.
We'll get this sucker put together. You want to give it like a hug, or you want a moment alone with it?
I mean,
I saw you have 3 kids. I mean, we just upgraded my saw stop with the new Big Eye Rip Fence from Harvey. And right now we're giving away a saw stop on johnmalecki.com that you can enter to win if you click the link down below, or you can scan this QR code right here. We've got to get some better storage solutions, so Joe and I are gonna leave Luke and Sam to finish building the table saw, and we're gonna head on over to the local Home Depot here to grab some things that I think will make this shop so much more efficient. All right, we're at the depot, and the first thing that I'm gonna grab is a bunch of these totes.
Totes my goats.
They're 10 bucks a pop. Clean, easy to stack. It'll clean up a lot of the things I think that are kind of just cluttered and around everywhere. So say we get 10 of them. There's 11 here, so we need 11 lids. We're just grabbing some stuff for some organizational sake before we get into tomorrow, where I think we're gonna be doing a lot of that heavy lifting on the tool side of things.
It's getting late.
It is getting late, so we gotta hustle, buddy.
What are the ramps for?
The ramps are for us being idiots. So the reason I want all these totes is because I think this is gonna be a perfect setup for them. So a couple totes, and then they have these bins that Husky makes for some loose stuff. They've got all those balls, they've got the kids stuff. We can put things in here with some nice labels for them to grab and go as they need. I think it'll clean up that one wall of the shop a ton. We'll start with that. I've got one more thing that I wanna grab before we get out of here. Check this thing out. This is a dream of a toolbox. It'll replace that broken one he has, and if he wants to bust it out to do anything that would need to be raised up, which I have absolutely no clue what that might be, for some reason, Husky has that option for you here. He could roll around the workshop or whatever he would need to do, maybe, but this thing's heavy, so I think it's gonna be stationary on that one wall. Now we just gotta figure out how the hell we get on the truck.
Not an ideal situation right now. We are outside the depot, and they're telling us we cannot take this toolbox because none of their equipment works. Getting it on the truck will be one thing, getting it off it will be another. No idea how we're gonna make this work. We've been getting 1,000 different answers, 10 different supervisors, and the worst part is they're closing in 10 minutes. We'll figure it out. So we're getting the tool chest.
That should work perfect.
Way to go, Mark. Mark! You were right to wait for that.
After about an hour and some change, the issue next is gonna be getting it off. So what we've gotta do now is just get back to Luke's place, and we'll get this stuff unloaded. And then, I don't know if we prefaced, Joe, but we have a 24-hour turnaround on this. So that's why we're working so hastily. So it's about 9:30 at night. We're gonna go get this back to Luke's house, and then we'll be good to go. Joe hates my squirreliness. No.
This is fun. Dreams in a driveway, as the car salesman say.
We are back, day 2. It's a sultry 17 degrees outside. We've got a couple little things to tighten up. We were here till about 10 o'clock last night. Sun just came up. We're hoping for a great day. We're not hoping. We know it's gonna be a great day. I've got some incredible surprises in store for Luke and Tiffany. This is gonna be a fun one. But we're gonna have to zip it up.
Already zipped. Came prepared.
You do have a battery-powered jacket. He's a veteran.
You bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I'm going home now.
We need you. Hell, I need you.
How are we doing today?
Doing great.
Woo! All right, it's chilly. They needed my assistance in finishing the assembly of the table saw. We're gonna get that in. We're clearing some room. We got a few things we gotta put together. We got a busy day here. I'm excited. I think we're gonna be able to get some massive transformations done. So to help with planning a little bit, we've got the electrician here. He's gonna kind of give like a layout of where we can put stuff. My intention right now, we're gonna get this whole area nice and tidy and then show Luke the stuff we grabbed at Home Depot. After that, I got another surprise in store for him that I think he's gonna be even more geeked about. But we gotta try not to freeze and get this done first.
1 hour later.
All right, so yesterday you pointed out that this sucker's busted. I got a solution for it, and it kind of fits in everything we're doing. It's just gonna be squirrely. So I think this will get it done. What do you think?
I think that'll get it done.
Think so?
Yes.
Thank God.
Awesome.
Because if you didn't, someone might die trying to get it back. So let's see if we can get this off the truck.
That's the big one.
Biggest problem is it's on 3 wheels, so when it gets to that arch, this ass is gonna come up. So you guys are gonna have to hold it. I'm gonna hop down and I'll grab it from the floor. Here we come. Joe, you good on filming? I don't know what he thinks I'm gonna just let it go.
Surprise! John's using a hard.
Wow! I'm more worried about it rolling off of the ramp. Okay, we ready, boys?
Yeah.
Okay, well, here comes the weight. You ready?
All right. Yep, got it.
She's coming.
Keep coming.
Okay, she's coming. You gotta keep her straight, too. Yep. Suck it, Joe! Woo! Home Depot fucking doubted me. That guy did not want to sell me this. He thought someone was dying getting that off. Let's go! It was a good idea moving the table saw, Joe. I'm not gonna take that from you. Let me show you your new car! With all of the little hand tools and things that are in that bin, and then all the little tools that we were kind of tidying up and cleaning up yesterday, I thought this would be a perfect fit. That, and with the ability to like raise and lower this. If you're working on something, it's not the most ideal, but say you've got a cabinet and you wanna work on the base, and you don't wanna be hunched over the whole time. You know how we have that raise and lower table? This kind of does the same thing. I think you got all these drawers and shit inside of it. It's got a power outlet over here. This will solve all of this.
I think so.
In a way tidier way. And give everything a home.
No, it looks good, and it's mobile.
I mean, it'll just be heavy. So you got this plug here. It's got a full power strip on the side. So let's get her plugged in. I think the next thing we want to do for sake of tidiness, I start unloading this, getting some stuff into here. And then, did you see other stuff in there for you?
I saw there was stuff. I did not.
You didn't look?
I mean,
What's behind door number 1, Paula? All right, come on, Luke, come with me, y'all.
all right.
The basic start. We have this nice husky wrap we're gonna assemble. That's why I told you to wait on the box. We're gonna get this out of here, get it built. We can start taking stuff off that wall and onto it.
We got 11 totes and 4 open totes. It's a 6x6 unit, so it should declutter everything you have over here, and then we'll organize all of that stuff.
Okay.
And plan what we could call phase 3.
I dig it.
All right, buddy.
You ready for phase 4 and 5?
I don't know yet. This is a lot, but
We're actually tearing down the house and building a new one.
brand new garage.
Luke,
Keys.
Keys to your brand new Husky.
here you go, Luke. Where do you want your pairs of shop shades at?
Well,
We'll get you some scripts as well, but
I mean, I think I gotta at least put a pair on.
fresh out of the box.
Nice,
Never.
awesome.
2 with the scripts. We'll get you some dimmers and stuff, especially for the summertime.
When you released them, I liked them because I was like,
shop shades to go with this contact.
oh man, those do look a lot better than obviously the crap ones you saw.
I was like,
We think they're a lot better. And right now, 7,000 other people think they're a lot better. Currently, we're dealing with time. We're running out of it. A lot of small little things. We're gonna get all of his tools and stuff over here tidy. We've got like a sick metal work table from Levrack that we wanna get in this area. We're gonna get all of these old nostalgic tools into some bins and storage so he knows what's in there. And then we're gonna head to this local hardware store. It's the biggest hardware store in America, supposedly. Allegedly. Grab a few more goodies. We gotta get tidy first because we are running out of daylight. Quick! I see wall. That's a win. We were able to consolidate almost that entire 6-foot-tall locker into one bin. All right, up next. Main reason I kind of cleaned this out is, have you heard of Levrack?
I have.
We do not have a full Levrack unit for you, as awesome as that would be.
That'd be amazing.
We do have one of their new work tables. And so it's got a metal top, and it can be on casters or on the floor. And it literally goes together in like 5 minutes.
Actually fits perfectly too.
Yeah.
What are those?
These guys, these are John's shop shades I mistakenly stole. Like scowling at
My dimmers.
Yeah, I didn't know they were even dim. They're so good. I was going in and out, and he's like, "Those are mine." I'm like, "How do you know?" He's like, "They're dimming." Couldn't even tell.
Don't steal your dad's. We're having a sale. You can buy them up here. So when we were interviewing Luke's wife for the opportunity to win this shop, she brought up the fact that his favorite store in the world is the world's largest hardware store, which is located about 25 minutes away from his house. So that triggered an idea in my head to add a little bit of a fun element to the day and take Luke to his favorite place without him having any idea. So we're at Hartville Hardware, which is supposedly the largest hardware store on the East Coast. They've got a ton of woodworking stuff here, and I'm gonna give Luke a $2,500 shopping spree, and we're gonna do this kind of unscrewed style. 30 minutes, $2,500. He has no clue, so do you know why we're here?
No.
Me neither.
No.
Okay, so you've seen, you watch Unscrewed.
Yes.
Have you seen our challenges?
The $100 challenges and stuff?
Correct.
Yeah.
30 minutes, $100. We're gonna change it a little bit. You've got $2,500 and 30 minutes in this place that I've never been to. Can you handle it?
I can handle it.
You can get whatever you want. You pick the door. We don't start till we get in.
We can go right in here because we can head straight to tools.
All right, my stopwatch is on.
We might have to come back out here for a...
Dude, this place, it looks like STAFTA.
I wish Polo was here.
So do I. The Safety Tools and Fasteners show, that's like, this is how everything's set up.
Well, I don't know what to do. There's so much I want. And like my first thought was this might be the only time I can get to the festival.
What do you want from Festal? Because that budget goes quick.
This might be the one chance I get.
I would start big and then come small, but you are already 3 minutes in. No wonder no one called me back. This place is huge.
I know where we gotta go first. We're heading to the deal section, which is downstairs. And we don't have time to get to the lumber, which is outdoors.
How many likes? You think I could spend 24 hours here? 7 likes, Joe. 7 likes. I will hide in a corner, lock myself in here at night with a camera. Clearance section. Dude, nice call. You got a couple MFT tables.
Not seeing any other tools though. Yeah, sometimes they'll have like a jointer or a planer down here.
All right, time's ticking. 5 minutes in.
Down that hallway is the drive-through lumber yard.
It's $5 grand. That's an awesome, for the smaller planers, best bang for your buck.
I also like that one because it comes with the helical head already in it.
It does. Decisions. Time is a ticking. You're like 8 minutes in, you haven't spent $1. So you're thinking planer right now, top priority.
Yes, top priority, good planer.
You cannot beat this deal as far as getting the width. It does have the straight cutter knives.
And I can switch it with the bird eventually.
This guy just has a lower center of gravity, and you have like what I think is a more stable base. And mobile base is only 170 bucks. So you'd be all in on that sucker at 770. It leaves you still 1,700 bucks.
Yeah.
And you've only got 20 minutes.
Domino.
So where we're at, 1,200 on the domino. Do you have any Festal?
No, I've never had somebody say, hey, here's $2,500, go spend it real fast.
I've actually never had that happen either.
My wife never says that to me.
Better be building her the coolest shit you've ever built.
I will, I promise.
I'll say my first Festal tool was this.
But see, for budget purposes, that Bosch one
is a Bosch. You want to get the domino? He is running out of time. Have you made any mental decisions yet?
Working on it.
Okay, so we're decided on the DeWalt planer.
Yes.
And the stand.
Not decided on the stand yet.
Okay, totally, 660. So the domino's 1,000.
Yeah.
Leaving you with 800 bucks.
Wow.
Yeah. It's not a bad.
Now we're working. Planer and a domino.
That's what I was thinking.
If you're in the family of Festal, you're not going to want to not be in it.
And I do need a better sander than that DeWalt I have, so.
I got 10 minutes left. Well, if you're getting the domino and you're getting the planer, friend.
No, now maybe the domino isn't the right move because I do more sanding than I would need the domino. Then I was just looking at the extractor.
You're still in budget though with the cheaper one, but you can get extractor, domino, and planer.
That actually sounds way better.
You think that's it?
That's it. Domino, extractor,
planer.
Planer.
Shit. $2,380 roughly. Cool. Okay, I just sent Luke home and I actually ended up, we're upgrading the domino. They're running a special right now, so we got kind of lucky there. I'm also gonna pick up the Rotex 150. It was like the best tool I've ever bought from them. We've got the planer. I also got him the planer stand, and I think I wanna grab one more thing, so I'm gonna go peruse around a little bit more. Checkout time. Yep, never been here before. Man, I want to say, like, this video does 7 views. We'll do an unscrewed video here.
7? How about 8?
All right, 8. Leave your best ideas in the comments. This place rolls. We're in a drive-through lumberyard. All right, everything's loaded up. Luke has no clue that we snagged up like an extra $3,000 worth of stuff for him. This is coming to me as we go, so it was unplanned. We're gonna have to come up with some maniacal scheme to get him out of his house now, so Sam and I can put all this stuff together when we get back and then surprise him with the final reveal. So like I stated at the store, Sam's not aware of this, but I gave him a $2,500 budget.
Okay.
30 minutes to choose tools.
Did he get $2,500 worth of screws?
You did.
All right.
And we have to count an individual. No, so after he went shopping, I went shopping.
Oh, okay.
So we've got a pretty decent amount of stuff. You did a phenomenal job of cleaning this place. I mean, it looks absolutely immaculate. We're gonna get all of this stuff ready to go because Luke has no idea that I went ahead with this last and final surprise. It's up to me to inspire Sam to put it all together. So let's go. So while Sam and I were getting all of these tools put together for Luke, it reminded me of my journey as a woodworker and how 11 years ago, I was in the almost exact same situation as Luke here. And for the most part, I was just making do with whatever I could get my hands on in order to build cool stuff. With doing all of that, I know how difficult it can be feeling like your tools are working against you when you're getting starting in woodworking or making anything. So that's kind of why I decided on this dream shop. In my opinion, having better tools allows for an easier working environment and an improved working environment that's actually pleasant when you're getting started, and it allows for more speed and efficiency in whatever you're making. But I was super excited that myself and my team could do everything in our power to try and bring Luke's dream shop to life in the time that we were able to spend with him. So none of this happens without Luke's wife, Tiffany, who seems to be a saint. They got their 3 kids, they do a ton of activities. It's just so awesome in supporting Luke's hobby of woodworking and whatever woodworking can become for him. So I've got a little gift for her that we're gonna head on inside and I'm gonna give to her. Well, before we say bye, I wanted to just thank you so much because none of this happens without you nominating him for any of this, and also, most importantly, supporting his hobby. So for Mama, I wanted to give you a little something.
Oh my gosh, no, I don't. No.
Hey, on your phone. Thank you so much. It's been wonderful spending 2 days with you and your family and welcoming us in your home, and I hope you get as much enjoyment out of him making stuff with his new toys as we have bringing them into your life.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for hanging out.
Yeah, this has been a blast. Honestly, it has.
You're welcome back to Ohio anytime.
This isn't that far, and I'm not gonna lie, we're gonna try to get over to like maybe live in the Hartfield Mall for like a day or two. That sounds like a great video to me.
I'd watch it.
Well, I got one more thing to finish, and then I'm gonna come get you. Okay. And now it's time, after what seems like 24 hours of nothing but sprinting, to grab Luke and show him his dream shop.
What? Oh my God.
I grabbed a few extra things while we were at the store.
I see that. And I was...
I'm speechless.
This is awesome.
Well, go touch it at least. Touch your stuff. So you mentioned you hate your miter saw. They had a killer deal on this, couldn't pass it up for you, to be honest. This thing gets super compact and you can bust it out until you can build that dream miter station. And then with that, we got you a sliding compound 12-inch and went with DeWalt because, you know, DeWalt is good, it's reliable, better than the one you had.
It is.
Could not get you a better miter saw.
It's awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And that's just the start.
Yes, it is.
Love that you picked this, to be honest, because Sam and I both got started with DeWalt. I had a lunchbox and he grabbed this thing a few years back. It's gonna be a workhorse for you. And as far as a mobile goes, I think great option, but you had to have the stand.
No, that's awesome. And the stand makes it even better.
Yeah.
Didn't seem to be in the budget today.
It was not.
So.
It was not. I was not letting you blow that budget. I blew that budget. Speaking of.
Then we went with another dust collector.
Because someone said you hated yours. You didn't say it, but someone said it wasn't getting the job done. The one thing I know about a bag dust collector from my experience is that emptying the bag is probably the worst thing on the planet. So I wanted to get you something with a canister, but I also wanted to do, because it's a smaller shop, get you better filtration when you're doing it. I noticed there's a ton of like fine dust everywhere when we were cleaning up, and wanted to keep that out of your lungs, so we upgraded you to this like a HEPA style, 1.5 horsepower. It can plug right into a 120 outlet. You can roll this thing around and go almost direct to machine because it's small enough.
It doesn't have the bag hitting.
Doesn't have the bag hitting the ceiling. This is, I think, a 0.005 micron, and the bag is 1 micron. So they're like leaps and bounds healthier and better. And I know you have the little ones around, so when they're in here, just keep the air a little bit healthier and dust a little bit less. We also want you to live as long as possible.
I mean, it'll keep a whole lot more dust off of everything.
Then we got your new baby. I'm sure that's gonna be in the bed tonight. I cuddled mine the first night I had it. I wasn't married though. I love the midi. We roll 2 midis around our shop, and then I have a couple of the bigger ones. But for what you do, I think it's gonna be great. You asked for a domino, and I couldn't pass up the opportunity to not only get you dominoes with it, but you can't be sanding with a DeWalt sander when you own a Festool. I can't believe this. This man went domino before sander. Broke my heart.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we were talking about that. I was like, that was a good move. I would have got that domino.
Oh, you son of a bitch. You're now the proud owner of a Rotex RO150, my favorite Festool tool. Here you go. You can name it, you can shame it, you can do whatever you'd like, but I think that'll be another phenomenal addition to your arsenal.
It will be. No, it was just a hard choice. I was looking at what would be the thing that I would never buy myself, which was probably a domino.
So I look at it and go, what am I gonna do on 100% of woodworking projects? And that's sand. So I'm gonna get the best sander possible. And then Total Boat hooked you up with a 3-gallon kit of deep pour epoxy, some of their high performance epoxy, a bunch of other stuff. We've got you some gear, some swag, cleaned up your toolboxes. I cleaned up a bunch of the tools over there. You're still gonna wanna go through them. Cleaned up your lev rack bench. Everything that we purchased that's new can be rolled around. It all can be shimmied and moved over here. And your wife can park the car in here during the winter again. You can blow this thing out and have yourself a real wood shop when you want to. And hopefully we've brought at least one small fragment of your dream to life. Unless, it was only like 26 hours, guys, if we were being honest here. A little bit.
26 straight hours.
26 straight hours.
I let you go home and sleep, right?
He did.
Yeah,
He did.
I really appreciate this, and I was up with excitement and joy.
Yeah. Well, this is super exciting. We're excited. Yeah. It's been a grind for a day here to get this done, but
I love it. This is awesome.
I also got to say a huge thank you to Harvey for this beautiful new saw, to Levrack for your awesome new work table, for Total Boat for all of the awesome new products. You're also getting all of our plans, lifetime membership to the app, a bunch of swag and shirts and merchandise and stuff. So it has been an honor being in your home for 30 hours. Sam doesn't want to leave, but I'm going to drag him out of here, get out of your way, so you can start playing with your new tools.
Thank you so much. This has been great.
Well, congratulations. I think we're gonna need, what, 730,000 more subscribers before we do this again. So make sure you subscribe to this video and then go follow this gentleman, which I'll have linked down below on all his socials, so you can see everything that he builds here, because we're all holding you accountable, by the way, now. So you gotta start finishing some projects.
Somebody needs to.
And let me know what we're gonna build next.